Well, it looks like we now have some pretty hard evidence that patch 10.2 is going to be the last major content update for Dragonflight. That's right, a permanent augmentation rune has popped up onto the latest PTR build, and this only ever happens when it's going to be the last major content update. And if you look back at Shadowlands, a similar thing happened during their final content update as well. Granted, we still have that last season in Shadowlands, but that was just recycled content. So back during August, I made a video that I had taken down after a day or two because I wasn't quite happy with the quality of said video, but in that video I talked about a leak in which I found out that someone was stating that Chris Metzen was going to be taking Ian Hazzikostas' job, and patch 10.2 was going to be the last major content update for Dragonflight. It now seems that that leak was actually pretty accurate, at least partially. While Chris Metzen has gotten a huge promotion at the company, if you guys remember, almost a year ago, he made a return to the company as sort of a advisory role, and then a couple of weeks ago, it's been announced that he is now the executive creative director on the Warcraft franchise. And now there has been no word on Ian or if he's lost his job or not. I think that part of the leak may still be out there as far as, if it's, true or not. Me personally, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think that part of the rumor or the leak was wrong. And you know what? I hope it's wrong because I really like Ian. I think he's doing a good job. And, the issues that World of Warcraft has been facing over the years doesn't fall on one person. It's a group effort, right? So, if anyone's going to be getting the game back to a good state again, it's got to be everyone working together. So yeah, back to the item on the PTR. This is the permanent augmentation rune which is showing up on the PTR. It's called the Dreambound Augment Rune and buffs your stats by 87 for 1 hour on a minute cooldown. And like I said at the start of the video, the last time this happened was in Shadowlands during Season 3. I'm starting to wonder if Blizzard is just trying to pull a Shadowlands and get to the next expansion as quickly as possible. I think everyone can agree that the systems in Dragonflight are great, it's just that the story is kind of boring for most Warcraft fans. And it would make sense for Blizzard to try to get to the next big thing and get people hyped. If you guys remember from years ago, Blizzard actually planned on getting out an expansion every year, but of course they ended up not being able to pull that off. But with the speed of content from Dragonflight, it almost seems like it's definitely a possibility now. Especially with that acquisition of Proletariat, where they gained the 100 developers that are all on the Warcraft team now. And I think that happened almost 2 years ago. So I feel like they definitely now have all of those developers fully integrated into their company and the studio itself. So yeah, I definitely feel like at this point they could definitely pull off an expansion every year. And I don't know, I guess that all just really depends on, how system heavy an expansion is. With Dragonflight, I feel like this expansion in itself didn't really have too many expansion selling systems. Obviously the class talent tree reworks was pretty huge, but usually when you think of an expansion, you think of some really big just expansion selling feature that's going to be, a huge role in the expansion going forward. Look at Legion with the artifact system. I guess you could make the argument that dragon riding was that feature for Dragonflight. However, I really feel like it wasn't. At least that's just me personally. For me, an expansion selling feature would be something like, I don't know, player housing. But anyways, I just wanted to make a quick video on this and kind of talk about it and get my thoughts out there because I feel like this kind of thing showing up on the PTR is actually pretty huge. And, when it comes to trying to figure out what Blizzard's next move is, you just gotta wait for the, the little cookie crumbs to kind of fall into place. And, some crumbs are bigger than others, and I feel like this one is definitely a really big one. But that's all I've got for today for you guys. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think of all of this. Do you think this is, some really good evidence that, yeah, 10.2 is the last content update for Dragonflight? Or do you think this is just something, totally non-related? Either way, let me know in the comments section because I love hearing from you guys. If you got something out of this video, let me know by leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I'm still Solo, and I'll see you guys in the next video.